everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. I am your host, MrBevers. That's right, we're going to open up a pre-release kit of War of the Spark today. That's right, we're going to crack this open, look for that sweet, sweet promo Planeswalker, right? That's the plan? I think that's the plan. I believe that is the plan. We're opening this up today because I wanted to give the winner of the 8th Revolt pre-release kit another week, basically, to get back to me. And that is just because, like, so we pulled his winning name at this point 2 Thursdays ago when you're watching this video. But when I filmed this, it wasn't 2 Thursdays ago. So as of today, if I haven't heard from him, when you're watching this video, if I haven't heard from him by today to claim it, there will be a live stream later tonight to pull a new winner from that original video that you guys commented on. So if you haven't left a comment on that video and you want to get entered for tonight, you got to go leave a comment on that original video. And if you don't know which one I'm talking about, you'll have to go back and take a look at how we picked the winner last time and see what we've got. Anyway, so let's get right into it. We've got a nice green die here. Now, I like to leave the promo till the end. The problem with these is that the promo is double-sided. So I can kind of see already that one of those is red. Here's hoping that we got... Do we think we got a double walker pack, I guess? Because you're guaranteed a walker, right? But then your rare could also be a walker, right? I think is what it is. So, like, you could end up with 2 promo walkers. Let's see. So we're going to do, like, a little bit of a build here. So we'll go red, white, blue, green, black. Spark Harvest is very good. Flux Channeler is nice. Eternal Taskmaster. We got Tybalt as our first walker, and our first rare is Mobilized District, which can go into any deck. So that's not too bad. And we got a token and a land there. Let's see. What else we got? What else does this pre-release kit have for us? I'm liking the look of black and blue so far. Yeah. Green's not looking terrible either. White's kind of mediocre. Our first multicolor card, Domri's Ambush. And a 10th District Legionnaire. And an Angrath. And our rare here is Single Combat. Oh, we got a foil Arlen's Wolf, though. Okay, alright. I'm definitely liking the look of black and blue the best right now, especially since we also have the Angrath. Although the green's not looking terrible either. Red's kind of mediocre. White's doing okay, but not amazing. Gideon's Triumph. Ooh, how about an Ugin? I mean, yeah, we'll take an Ugin. And a foil Interplanar Beacon. Alright, nice. We can splash our walkers. Not that we really have any walkers to splash at the moment, since one is colorless and one is on color with what I want to be playing. A Manticore is very good. Vraska is good. Heatfire is fine. Pollen Bright is good. Ooh, Vizier of Scorpion and Rescuer Sphinx. Nice. We got another rare walker here. Dovin's Veto. And a Johnny. Okay. A Johnny is a straight bomb in Limited. He's just bonkers in Limited. War Screecher. Teferi's Time Twist. Ward Scale Crocodile. Okay. We have a fair amount of fixing. Maybe we're just going to play... Ooh. We got a Death Sprout too? Nice. Neoform, eh. Wanderer. And, Mizium Tank. Then I can go over there. I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, yeah, okay, it's a 3/2 for 3 mana with trample, and it crews for 1. That's great. There's not a lot of 1-power things in this format that you want to be using to crew something. That's the real problem, right? Most of the stuff that you would want to crew things with are going to be like 2-power or more. Merfolk Skydiver is very good as well. Wow. All right, Eternal Taskmaster again. And Mowu. All right. And another rare walker, Domri, with a foil Shriek Diver. My goodness. Okay. So we got 3 rare walkers out of this. Okay. Let's I don't think I want to play the tank. I don't think that's even a thing that I want. I don't think I'm playing single combat. I don't feel like that card's very good. Ugin for sure, yes. A Johnny is a probable. So we could be playing like white, green, red. Like maybe we go down that road. So that we can, because then we can play all of our walkers, right? We can play all of our walkers. And that gives us this pile, this pile, this pile, which basically leaves out the 2 strongest piles in my opinion. Because I mean, like, this card's not amazing, but it's playable and it's a 2-drop. Thunder Drake is great. Teferi's Time Twist is great. Rescuer Sphinx is great. A second Thunder Drake, a third Thunder Drake. We'll definitely play 2. Maybe we don't play 3, but we play 2 at least. Contentious Plan is very good. Callous Dismissal is very good. Spellkeeper Weird is good. Flux Channeler is great. And Kazmina's Transmutation. So the only card we have in blue that's not really worth playing is the Wall of Runes. Right? The rest of our blue is pretty good. Let's check out our white. Pouncing Lynx is fine. Wanderer's Strike is fine. War Screech is fine. Charm Stray is not great. Bulwark Giant is not great. Gideon's Triumph is fine. Defiant Strike is okay if you need the trick. It's not amazing. Law Rune is fine. Makeshift Battalion is okay. It's alright as a filler, like a 3/2. Divine Arrow is fine. Teo's Light Shield is like... If you're playing, for instance, if we're playing Mowu and we're playing the Proliferate deck, this card is great because it puts a 1/1 counter on something. Top of the Statue, not amazing. Makeshift Battalion, fine. So, like, we have 4 cards in white, other than our rare, that are not really worth playing. Let's take a look at black. Shriek Diver is fine. Taskmaster is good. Herald is good. Kai's Ghost Farm is mediocre. 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 Good. Good. Mediocre. Good. Good. Good, good. And this is fine as a top end. So again, we have like 4 black cards that are not really worth playing, and our black actually doesn't have a lot of removal, which is interesting. Because like we started strong with that Spark Harvest and then just saw nothing, really. So like no other removal in black, which is kind of upsetting. Although we do have the Death Sprout, which is good removal, and it's in black. Red is kind of mediocre here. Like this is filler. Heatfire is fine. I don't think you want to run a whole pile of them unless you have ways to, like, have things to sack. Bond of Passion is an okay finisher. It's an interesting card in limited for finishing games, but it's not, like, particularly amazing. Stoneblades is meh. Turret Ogre is fine. Sprint is meh. And we have 2 of these goblins. Yeah, so, like, our red is just, like, not playable. Like, look at this. Red is not playable. So Domri might be a splash for us, which is actually fine, because we have 2 mana Geodes, a Guild Globe, and an Interplanar Beacon. So we have a lot of fixing for Domri. So that's fine. So red might just be a splash, right? Let's take a look at our green. Mowu, definitely great. Giant Growth is fine as a trick. So like we would run probably one of. Arboreal Grazer, very good. Return to Nature, this can be main deckable just because it can blow up artifacts, enchantments. And there are quite a few. Pollen Bright Druid is very good. Wardscale Crocodile is fine as a top end. A second Polendrite for sure. Primordial, yes. Crawl, yes, yes. I don't know if we want a second Arboreal Grazer. Grizzly for sure, and then second Crawl Stinger, yes. So, I mean, like, maybe we play the second Giant Growth, maybe we play the second Arboreal Grazer, I don't know. But we're definitely not playing red. We're definitely not playing red. I think the white is also questionable. It's possible that the white is literally just a splash for Wanderer's Strike and a Johnny. And then we're playing like maybe green-blue or... Because like blue seemed pretty strong to me. Yeah, blue seems pretty strong. It's missing some of the low-end drops, but that's okay because we can replace that with stuff in green, right? Because we have like a bunch of 3-drops in green, and a couple of 2-drops in green, and a 1-drop in green. Yeah, so like green can be the early game, and blue can be the late game, right? Because late game blue, we have a bunch of the four mana flyers, right, which are nice and evasive. And then black is like mediocre. Like, I mean, it's good, but it's not like, I mean, the black could be our filler for the beginning as well, because we have a bunch of early young drops that can just go out in front and get in the way. But I think if we go blue-green, it's easier to splash a Johnny and Domri. I guess if we go that route, it's harder to splash Tybalt and Angrath, though. And the Wanderer. So I don't know. Let's look at our promo cards, because maybe that changes things. Let's take a look. Oh, okay. Well, we got a foil mythic, Finale of Promise. There you go. An interesting little card. It's not bad in limited by any means. So you may cast up to 1 target instant card and up to 1 target sorcery card from your graveyard, each with converted mana cost X or less without paying their mana cost. If this card, if a card cast this way would be put into your graveyard this turn, is exiled instead. If X is 10 or more, copy each of those spells twice. The thing about this is that in limited, you're not really going to get to X10, right? If you're at that point, the game's like at the end, right? And so yeah, maybe this finishes the game for you at that point, but at the same time, chances are you're going to pay like maybe 4 or 5 for this to copy 2 cards from your graveyard and cast them, which is just, that's good anyway. Like, that's just good. Oh, and we got Ral. Huh. So we gotta, wait, so I thought this was like you're guaranteed, oh, okay, alright. So you could get 2 walkers, or your walker could just be rare. Like, so you're guaranteed a foil walker, promo walker. And it's not necessarily going to be rare, right? It could be anything. But your rare on this side can be any rare, right? So you could end up with like an uncommon walker here and a rare walker here, right? Or 2 rare walkers. Sometimes that might happen too. But our rare was this, and our walker was this. So we ended up with a double rare pack, which is nice. Ral and Finale of Promise. So Ral is actually pretty interesting. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, Ral deals 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Scry 1. When you cast the next instant or sorcery spell this turn, you can copy it and you may choose new targets. So, like, with what we've got going on, right? In blue, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 instants or sorceries. And in green, we have only 1. Yeah, 1. So that's 4, 5. And even if we were to, like, take red, right? We have 1, 2, 3. And that's really, we could go with these and get a couple more, but, like, it's not really worth it, per se. And then in white, we could get 1, 2. Yeah, I don't think it's really worth, like, Ral's not amazing for the copying aspect, but it's just good because he +2s and scries to fix your draws. So, I mean, like, even just the +2 ability on Ral is pretty good. And then, of course, his -2 is just good if you have the value for it. I think we end up going, like, a blue-green. That's probably what I would end up playing with this, is I would play blue-green, because you've also got your Merfolk, right? I would probably go blue-green, and I would probably splash. Do I splash white, or do I splash black? If I splash black, I get Death Sprout. If I splash white, I get Dovin's Veto, which I don't really care. I don't really... These 2-drops, you're not splashing them. We're not splashing these 2-drops. They're too hard to splash, right, with no fixing, really. Like, I mean, we do have fixing. We have 2 mana Geodes, a Gill Globe, right, a Prismite if we need it, right? But I think we splash white, because then that gives us access to the Wanderer, a Johnny, Wanderer's Strike, and then we could bring in, like, Divine Arrow and Gideon's Triumph if we need more removal, right? So that's not terrible. And that lets us do a few things with, like, proliferating and stuff, which is kind of cool. And especially since we have the Mage, right? We have the Flux Channeler that proliferates, yeah. We don't have any blue cards that make amass tokens except for Callous Dismissal, which is kind of awkward. But all of our Thunder Drakes put tokens on themselves, so proliferating with them is pretty sweet. And then proliferating with, of course, Mowu and Planeswalkers is pretty good as well. So that's probably what we would go, is we probably go like a blue-green proliferate deck with all of our walkers. We'll just play all of them except for these two, I guess, just because these ones are too hard to splash. But I think, although I guess technically Domri helps us cast these two as well, but you have to have him then to play these, and that's kind of awkward. The Interplanar Beacon helps you play Tibalt, which is fine. So I mean, like, Tibalt is absolutely something we could play. Splash. Angrath is kind of out there because it's double red or double black, and we really don't have that kind of fixing. If we had a second Interplanar Beacon, I would totally play Angrath with two planar beacons and 2 mana geodes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Or if we had any of like the green guys that make mana, which we don't, right? Like the 2/4 or the Paradise Druid, right? Any of those things, we would absolutely splash Angrath. But I think that's what we would end up with, is this, where it's like a blue-green splash white for a Johnny the Wanderer. We've got Ugin as well. And then we would probably end up playing the God Pharaoh's statue as well as the Geodes. I don't think we would play the Guild Globe or the Prismite unless we absolutely needed to. And the reason we play these is just because they're cheaper with Ugin, right? And not only that, but like they're just fixing and stuff for us. And the statue can actually end games quite a bit, because it prevents them from being able to cast their things efficiently, and it deals 1 damage to them at each end step. So it can just poke away at them. And then I don't know if we splash Ral. We probably do. We probably splash Ral as well. So we end up with, what, 6 walkers in our deck, as well as just a bunch of little beefy creatures to protect them, right? Because like, we've got 2 Crawl Stingers, which is very nice, an Arlen's Wolf, which is fine, Vivian's Grizzly, which says Dig, Primordial Worm for top end, 2 Pollen Bright Druids for early, Arboreal Grazer to help us ramp a bit, Mowu, which is nice, and then of course we have blue for all of our flying, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flyers in blue. So yeah, I think that's what we would do. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. I have been your host, MrBevers. This has been a little pre-release kit of War of the Spark. I hope you all enjoyed, and as always, may your pulls ever be better.